Steve.
Thank you, Heather. New details this morning emerging about the woman involved in that California massacre, 27-year-old Tashfeen Malik, who we simply do not have a photograph of, may have been radicalized by her American-born husband, Saeed Farook. If true, what does it say about the role women are now playing in radical Islam? Raheel Raza is the author of Their Jihad, Not Mine. She is also the president of the Council for Muslims Facing Tomorrow. She joins us from D.C. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Raheel, first of all, would you agree that this husband and wife were radicalized?
Well, the signs are all there. All you have to do is connect the dots. It's obvious anyone who will go out and kill 14 innocent people at random is definitely radicalized.
Well, go down the street and tell the people of the White House could be, because they say it still could be workplace violence.
Yes, I find that very disturbing when the headlines say, don't know the motives. I mean, how many more attacks in the free world will it take for people to wake up and realize that Islamist radicals are at war with the free world? And if we don't recognize the problem for what it is, it's like trying to treat a virus, a cancer, with baby aspirin. We have to name it. We have to call it for what it is, because only then will we be able to find the solutions. And we, as the frontline warriors, the Muslims in this war, because we are hurting from this as well, are trying to do exactly that. But the leadership does not seem to get over political correctness to be able to call the problem for what it is.
And why is that? I mean, we are at war with ISIS and with the radicals who want to kill us.
I would put it the other way around and say that they are at war with you, and they declared that at 9/11. And there have been so many attacks, and I'm afraid that if we don't name the problem and start doing something about the ideology, there are going to be many more attacks on the free world. Paris, Boston, Toronto, San Bernardino. How much more does it take for any community leadership to wake up and realize that we have a serious problem and that we need to address it before we can find solutions?
Sure. Raheel, let me ask you about the dynamic. Okay, so this is a husband and wife. There's a story on FoxNews.com right now that says that there are experts who feel she may have radicalized him for a variety of reasons. Also, he had met and chatted online with people who were known to be extremists and stuff like that, and yet they were off the radar screen. What does it tell you, though, about the husband and the wife dynamic?
Well, it tells us that the leaders of this movement, the radical jihadists, will use anyone to manipulate them, to brainwash them, and they've been doing it for years. Now, whether he radicalized her or whether it was the other way around, the point is that the jihadists are finding their targets. By the targets, I mean the people that they use for these terrible murderous attacks. The fact that there was a woman involved is actually quite terrifying, and if alarm bells didn't go off before, they should certainly go off now, because as a Muslim woman myself, as a mother, I feel that it would take a great deal of brainwashing and manipulation for a woman to do what this woman did. But look at the connections, the Pakistani connection, the Saudi connection. I mean, these are all alarm bells, and these are the issues that should be addressed.
But Raheel, look at the fact that this couple dropped their 6-month-old baby off at grandma's house and said, hey, you know what, we're going to the doctor. We'll be back in a little while. I mean, what kind of family does that?
Well, somebody who has been terribly brainwashed to believe that what they're going to do is going to change the world or is going to take them to paradise. I mean, this is what I'm saying, is that it shouldn't be a discussion about what were the motives. The motives are obvious. The discussion should be, how can we stop it? How can we ensure that this does not ever happen again? And if we don't wake up and smell the coffee right away, it's going to be a very long, hard battle, because the radical Islamists have 30 years on us. 30 years of brainwashing from the petrodollars of Saudi Arabia, 30 years of technology, 30 years of understanding the Western mindset, the white liberal guilt that does not allow white liberals to address the problem for what it is. It's Islamist terrorism. It's a war against the West.
Thank you very much. Raheel Raza joining us from Washington. Raheel, thank you.
My pleasure.